Welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, we'll be explaining the full Vmix interface for beginners. If you just installed Vmix and the screen looks confusing, don't worry, after this video everything will make sense and go well with you. Okay, now let's begin. Now we'll be talking fully about the Vmix interface explained for beginners, the full dashboard and everything in there. Now the main areas we'll be talking about is, first of all, number one, we'll be talking about the preview screen. We'll be talking about the preview screen, we'll be talking about the output window, the input section, audio mixer, transition controls, button menus, settings area. Now think of Vmix like a TV control room, right? Think of Vmix like a TV control room. Every section has a job. Now let's look at these main areas one after the other. Now the first area we'll be looking at is the preview area. Now the area at the left hand corner of the area that showed my input here, this left hand side here is called the preview area. Now what is the function of this preview area? This preview area is your preparation screen. It helps you to avoid mistakes during live production. Now whatever you want to send live, you can first of all check it here before sending it out to your audience. Now we have the second one, which is the output window. Now the output window is what the audience sees live, and this is it on my right hand side here. You can see it on the right hand side here, the one carrying the Ziko Technologies graphics. That is the output windows. Now it is located on the right hand side, and it is what audience sees live. If streaming or recording, this is the active screen. For example, if camera 1 is in output, viewers are watching camera 1. Whatever appears in output is what your viewers see on YouTube, Facebook, or your projector screen. Then now let's look at the input. Now the input is usually found at the bottom center. Input, which is at this place here, you see input, my cursor is pointing right there. The input can be cameras, can be videos, can be images, can be PowerPoints, can be titles, can be NDI sources, and can be audio devices. Now let me click on the input so you see what is there. Now this is the input. You can see from the input you have video, DVD, list, camera, NDI, stream, instant replay, image sequencer, and the rest of them all, like I mentioned here before. Now each box represents one sources. Example, input 1 camera can be camera, input 2 can be church logo, input 3 can be welcome video. Now where all of these sources comes is called your timeline. This place where all your sources come is called the timeline. Now inputs are the building blocks of your production. Inputs are basically the building block of your production. Like I said earlier, the inputs can be video, can be camera, can be audio, anything. If you want to put in your camera feed, you make use of the input, make use of the camera option, select your camera source, and then send it, click OK, and it comes to your input. If you want to add probably image, you click your image, select browse, select the image on your browser. Let's say the image is on desktop, you select it. Let's select this one here, and then you click open, and then you click OK. Now the image is on your timeline. So these are basically the input we have and how to add them up. For every input you have, there are overlays, which include, this is Vmix 29, it has up to 8 overlays. So for every input there are up to 8 overlays on it. So now let's go to the next tab, the audio mixer. It is usually below or near each input. Each input has an audio mixer. Now what you can do with this audio mixer, you can increase the volume of each input. You can also reduce the volume of each input. You can mute the audio of each input. Take for example, you add an audio that contains a sound. Let me make a practical example here. Let's add a video here. Let's add a video. Where is video? Let's add a video that contains a sound and see what happens. Okay, let's add up a video here. Okay, this is a video now. It contains a sound. Let's add it up. By the time we add it up, now this video contains a sound. By the time we play it out, there is a sound. You can just click it. When you click the audio, it mutes. When you on it, now it's mute. When you put it on, the sound comes up again. So that is just basically how you want to put it in your audio on each input. This applies to so many other input as well. Now, if you want to check the audio levels, you can also check it from here. The audio levels, that's the level at which the sound is on your input. You can check it from this end. You can just click on settings, then you click on general, then you click on audio settings. This is to check the audio level. If you want to increase the volume of this particular input, you can just increase it from here. Gain, you can actually increase it from here. Then the green bar shows audio activity. The green bar shows audio activity. Now let's take for example, when you're playing an audio here, you will see when I play out this audio now, you see a green bar rising from this end here. Now let's do it now. Play an audio. Now you can see the green bar. That green bar is the audio activity. It helps you monitor your audio if it's working or not. If bar moves but there's no sound in stream, check your routing. Always watch your audio meters because viewers forgive bad video faster than bad sound. Now let's talk about the transitions. Now this transition is used to move preview screen into output screen. Remember, we talked about what the preview screen is. The preview screen is one by your left hand side, while the output screen is one in your right hand side. If you want to move what is on your preview screen to your output screen, there are numbers of transition. We have them, and it is in between the input and the output screen at the middle here. Now you can see from the transition, now we have cut, fade. Now in this fade, there is a small arrow here. When you click that arrow, you will see a drop down of different transition you can use. Now let's start with zoom. When we click on zoom, you have selected zoom as a transition you want to use to transite between the preview screen and the output screen. Now let's try it. When you click on zoom, you can see the preview screen is now showing on the output screen, but what takes it there is the zoom transition. Now let's try another transition. Let's try slide. Now let's try it now. We click on slide.
Get started. So here you
can see that the preview screen has gone back to the output screen with a different transition. Now let's try another transition. Let's say cross zoom. Cross zoom it, you can see it's coming with a different transition entirely. Now use fade for church and event. Use cut for sports. Most times the fade option, this option here is used for church and event when you're live streaming or you're live recording a church event. To do it. But when you're recording a sport that involves faster action, you use the cut option to do it. Now, good transitions make your production look very professional. Now let's look at the bottom menus. The bottom menus here, we have the add inputs, settings, stream, record, external output, replay, and social. We have add input, we have the record button, we have the external, we have the stream, we have the multicorder, we have the playlist, we have the overlay. Now add input has to do with what we just earlier explained. It is used to add camera, video, logo, stream, and go live. When you click on it, when you want to add anything to your timeline, it's all here. You can add your camera, you can add your image, your logo, you can add your audio, you can add your title as well, and all of that before you go on the live. Now the stream is used to set up your streaming. It's used to set up your streaming. Here is the stream here. It's used to set up your streaming. When you want to go live, this is where you set up your streaming. You copy your stream key from your social media, Facebook or YouTube, and paste here before you can go on live. Now the record option is used to record whatever you are streaming. When you click on the record option, it begins to record whatever is going to your output screen. Now whatever you're doing here,
now you want to put it
in your output screen, is being recorded to your system. as a video. So this is where the recording is, and if you want to set the recording target folder, you just click on the settings beneath the recording. When you click it, you click on browse, and then you select where you want the recording to be. If it's on desktop, you click desktop, and then you click this, you click OK and OK. So whenever you start recording, the recording goes directly to that folder you selected. Right now, we have the external. This external, it's another way of setting up your streaming. If you don't want to make use of stream key and custom RTMP, you can make use of the external to go live as well. We'll be talking about how to use the external button to go live in our next episode of tutorial. But for now, it is used to carry out video into a third-party software or an application. If the external button is active, you can easily see your output in a third-party software or application. So that is what the external button is used for. Now let's go to the settings area. When you come to your settings, the settings is located at the top right hand corner of your overview in Vmix. Now the settings is used to set up your resolution, your frame rate, your audio devices, streaming quality, recording format, and performance settings. Now when you open up the settings, this is the settings. Let me go right to it again. Here is the settings at the top right hand corner of your interface. We click on it. When you click on it, it comes up with a dashboard here where you can set all these things. You can set your resolution from here, you can set your display, you can set the frame rate. Now this is the default frame rate you have to use for your production, 29.97 pixels, but you can reduce it according to your internet speed when you are streaming. Now when your internet speed is not that strong, you have to reduce it according to the internet speed you have available. Now we have your output size. This is the default output size for a wider screen. This is the standard output size, 1920x1080. However, if you have a smaller PC and your PC doesn't have a good graphics card, you can reduce the output size to 720x480, but the standard output size for good production is 1920x1080. Your output ratio should be on widescreen. That is all for the display. Now let's go up to the output NDI and chat SRT. It is used to send your other softwares into Vmix. Softwares like Vmix, you can use NDI to impute them into your Vmix. You can use Easy Worship. You can use the NDI option in Easy Worship to send your Bible presentation to your Vmix using the NDI. Now let's talk about audio devices. Okay, we talked about that already. Then let's talk about, if we talk about that already, then we also have let me see. Okay, we also have a performance option. This is the performance of your PC, the graphics it's using. Then we have the recording. This is actually the buffer recording. This comes with an already default settings on your Vmix. Now external output, we talked about that already, whereby you send your video feed into an external software or an external website. Then we have your web controller. The web controller is used on phone when you want to control your Vmix using your phone or another PC entirely. You make use of the web controller. When you put on your web controller, make sure the two PC are connected to the same network. Then on your browser on your phone, you copy out this web address and paste on your browser, and you will see everything on that phone that can be easily controlled directly from the phone. On our next episode, we'll also talk on how to make use of this web controller. For now, we are talking about the overview of Vmix. So we are just taking it. We will deal on all of these things one after the other on different episodes that will be coming up. Now let's go to the next one. Let's talk about okay, that's for web controller. Then we have shortcuts. We can configure your Vmix to use shortcuts. This will also be discussed as a separate topic on its own in our next episode. Then activators, this is just to enable other devices into your Vmix as well. So for now, that is all for the settings, right? That is all for the settings. Now let's go over to the next one. Now mind you, about the frames per seconds, now the frames per seconds we are to use is 30 frames per second. That is the default frames per second you have to use on your streaming. 30 frames per second. Now in starting up live streaming for the first time, you have to learn how to preview and output first. You need to know your preview screen and your output screen first. You need to be able to name your input properly. You need to test your audio before streaming. Don't overload or work the PC. Then practice your transition. Now, that is the full explanation of the Vmix interface for beginners. In the next episode, I will teach you on how to add camera, video, image, and other input aside Vmix. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notification. Our next video will be strictly on how to go through the input one after the other, and we'll be going through the camera input first on our next episode, how to add up camera on our next episode, how to add title on the camera on the next episode, and how to add our audio input on the next episode. Thank you very much, and see you on the next episode of Vmix Masterclass. Thank you.